Hi there, let's take a look at Google. To see where the price goes next, we'll cover the weekly market structure, check out the short-term trend, so we can assess the risk of next price move. From a big picture perspective, Google is currently in the markup stage of the market cycle. All right, even though the short term, it looks it is going through a markdown. So that's why when you look at it, it's very important to understand the time frame you're looking at. Okay. As of this moment, it is near the bottom of the markup trend. So if we draw a channel box right over here, counting from September 2024, that's somewhere near the lower half of this rising trend. Okay, the rate of ascent has been different from the period between 2020 all the way to 2024. All right. So we have to draw a different channel, because if you use the previous channel, it's not that it doesn't work, but it has gone way far out. All right. If we track this period, so we're trying to line up these lows, right? And then these highs. And once it got to the dip after April 2025 and shorter, that's a totally different trajectory. If people argue that's the AI bubble, that's a blow off top, a parabolic move, that's going to return to the mean. Let's extend this box. I just want to make it a different color so you can differentiate the ones that we're going to draw in the short-term time frame, the daily chart. And I want to keep this just at the current level. So when we get to the daily chart, it will be less busy. So here, even though it is coming back down to the 340 purple key level, which is the current major support, and the resistance is 360. So you can see in the past 2 months, most of the time, it has been bouncing between these two lines from a narrower range perspective. Of course, if you count further out from end of May, the range, the sideways range over here, is 340 to 385. So why did I say it's short-term markdown? It's because you can see it's been consistently driving back to the bottom of this channel. The only thing that's still kind of remain positive is that a lot of times when you see it bounces along these channels, like you play an air hockey game, these are actually quite indicative in addition with the volume itself. Because if you have sustained volume, right, and pretty much higher than average, and then the price also surged to a point where it get close enough to the ceiling of the channel, that means the momentum is still there. Compared to a chart where you see the bounce doesn't really get to that point, it stops somewhere in the middle and then flattening out with the volume declining. That's a sign where momentum is, getting slower, or basically the bull teams are running out of steam. So that's one of the warning signs that we can get from observing these price movements or price actions. Having covered these weekly, now we get to the daily. Remember, this is education content only, not financial advice. So here, we can clearly see some sideways movement, and we already talked about the range from 320 all the way to 385, or if you count the all-time high at near $400. But we did say what if that's a falling channel, right? If the price is really traveling along that. So what I'm drawing here is that I'm trying to align these 3 points and also the top. So right over here and here. This you can say is a fake breakout, which after 3 days, or actually 2 days, immediately come back to the falling channel after finding a little bit of support at $360. So as of now, it is still trading along the upper half or the stronger half of the falling channel. So remember, there is always a center line. Different from an air hockey table where we don't have a center line that would allow the price to bounce along or getting rejected. Trading channels do have a center line, and you just have to put it at the busiest location or busiest level. All the candles, heads, tails, wick tips lining up, that's where you should put it. Not always ending up at 50%. This one looks like as if it's perfectly at the 50. But sometimes if you follow my other sessions, you can see it's lining to either side. So leaning or lining. Okay, so what I want to show you here is that with the channel, we now see wedges or triangles. And this one points to the 8th of September. What's the significance of these wedges? That's something I call 2C's decision points. Because if a trade gap towards these wedges, there are only 2 options the bulls and bears can create. The first C is continuation, meaning if it is a downtrend, is it going to break the support level to continue? The other C is change, meaning in this case, whether it is going to change from a downtrend into at least a sideways trend, meaning breaking a ceiling or resistance. So either option will break something. It depends on the trend itself, whether it's sideways, rising, or falling, and then whether it's a resistance or support. So something will be broken whenever a trade gaps towards those levels. Okay, so at this point, in addition to this, because we are in a daily chart, there are some shorter term levels that are not key levels. For key levels, they have to meet certain criteria under my methodology. They have to appear, candlesticks, open, close, have to have at least 4 to 6 weeks in order to be defined as a key level. Otherwise, we go to the daily chart. If we draw along these lines, those can only be treated as like a short-term level. So people trading at a shorter time frame, they may refer to these levels, but not the big guys. So this one should be 333 instead of 330. And then the one that we are looking at, or the candlestick today and yesterday, pausing around, you can see quite a number of reference, but let's do the proper location first. Okay, why at this 346 level? Look at today and yesterday. Okay, yesterday candle, today's candle stopping around the current level. The candle over here, the candle and wicks over here, likewise for the candles over here. So that's why it becomes a good reference, at least for the short term, and explains why the candles yesterday opened over there, and then today the bulls and bears gapped the price or squeezed the price towards this 346. And that means we've got one more indication before September the 8th. Here, it is pointing towards the 28th of August. So one more 2C's decision point where the bulls and bears will have to tell us whether it is going to continue with the downtrend or is it going to push up to test the 360. Of course, you can keep drawing these lines because using the principle where you can find 4 to 6 reference candlesticks that ended up around the same level. So here you see these way more than 6. So you can find these intermediate levels. 3, 5, 4 then. All right, this is nearly past. That's around the 17th. There's still a few more days left. So sometimes if the bulls push hard enough, they can catch something that's seemingly almost over. And remember, this has just happened. So there is a chance that the bulls may re-attack in the next few days or all the way up to next Monday. That's how I measure potential trigger that may test the current trends. You can put into the comment whether you think this downtrend is going to continue or in the next week or two, it is going to break outside the ceiling and form a sideways trend. Remember to subscribe to see the next update. Thank you.